Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the predictions show on Wicked Crazy Crew TV. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're joining us live, welcome to the chat. Definitely write some comments, send in anything you guys want to share or any comments you have on some of the matches that we're going to be predicting now or very soon. And then you can also interact with some awesome guests that we have here. I'm not sure who is the baby face here because there's been a midfield battle in terms of who the baby face is. So we've got Patrick Mason with us. Patrick, not you were initially the underdog baby face, and you cut an awesome promo. Guys, if you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that you go to Pat's Twitter account, check out his promo that he cut there. But Pat, first and foremost, welcome to the show. And could you tell everyone why you are the actual babyface here?
I don't. Well, I guess I'm the babyface because I'm the underdog, and the underdog is typically the babyface. I guess.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
And welcome to the show. How do you feel about going up against Maggie, and then also just Hell in a Cell predictions in general? Are you feeling confident, nervous? What's the thought process coming in?
Well, I'm happy to be going against Maggie. In fact, I think this is my first time on with her. In fact, we just followed each other on Twitter like a couple days ago. So, yeah. And, Hell in a Cell predictions, I guess you could say I'm confident. I have a fairly good idea as to who I'm picking, but I don't. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We don't want to give away too many of your trade secrets before we obviously get to the picks. And
of course,
speaking of trade secrets, Maggie, you secretly have snuck into the babyface conversation here. I don't know how you've done it. I was assuming that this was a clear-cut babyface on my left-hand side, or my left-hand side or right-hand side, depending on how you're looking at the screen. And then I had my heel, Maggie, right over here. And then you've kind of blown the script out of the water in typical Raw fashion. The script has been ripped up just before I go live on air. What's going on here? First and foremost, welcome to the show. And yeah, how are you feeling about these predictions coming up?
First of all, hello, guys. Your Queen Bee has arrived. Gentlemen, please put away your penises. I do not care for your erections. How are you doing tonight?
We definitely don't need any of those.
All right.
And as I was saying, there's no way that you could be the babyface in this one, and I'm pretty sure that
I'm not the babyface. I don't have any idea what you guys are talking about. I'm a total tweener.
Tweener. That's what it was. Okay, bringing some Roman Reigns elements into it. But in any case, guys, we obviously got. Kevin Owens, that's a good shout. He is a decent tweener. And as I was saying, guys, we've got an awesome show lined up. It's Hell in a Cell predictions. Now, it will be interesting to gauge from you guys whether or not you feel, WWE are going to live audiences very soon. Is this one of these pay-per-views where it's now a holding pattern? You don't necessarily see any big movement, and I guess we'll really see that and dive into that as we go through each of your picks and why you've chosen those specific people. But Patrick, have you gone more with your heart on this one or more with your head in terms of approaching the picks?
I mean, I don't really know. It's kind of pretty much the same with both of them. Well, one of them I did kind of change my pick. We'll get more into that later. But I guess that one was me going with my head instead of my heart. But that one, I guess. So it's kind of a mixture of the two kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the case in terms of, once we put a belt on the line for this tournament, people started taking it a lot more seriously than just, picking someone that you're hoping wins. Whereas now it's a tournament, you lose and you're out. So you got to sometimes pick with your head. Maggie, is that the same approach that you've used in terms of some of them are with your head, some of them with your heart, or you've just gone with a totally different approach?
Yeah. First of all, why is Pat answering your questions first? I'm a lady. Why am I not getting?
I'll mix them up.
Yeah, thank you.
As I said, it's on the script. It's
Yeah, okay.
undiscovered.
So with the show not having live attendance, it's I'm totally going with my head on this one because like uh, many of these predictions I'm going to do for today, like actually make 0 cents on some of them, but and actually when they go back to live crowds, I'm sure that they'll like pick up where they left off, like before pre-pandemic times, and I'm sure that like maybe in some storylines they're gonna pretend they never even existed. I'm almost certain about that.
Very possible.
we have seen that at times when it comes to
Yeah.
especially main roster WWE. Obviously
And
we have Aaron Entertainment in the chat here. He says, let's get ready to rumble. I don't know if that's the correct pay-per-view we're doing here, but certainly we are ready to see what these guys can predict. Obviously we got Wicked Crazy Crew TV also in the chat. That's Throwback saying, oh my god, I can't stop laughing. So definitely thanks guys. As I said, if you're watching us live or in the future, if you want to watch us live, you do get to engage with us a lot more, and you can have some of your comments and statements read on the air. You know, if they're good enough, we'll be screaming them. We'll be screaming them definitely. But guys, let's move on to the predictions. And I'm not going to share my screen, but you're gonna have to trust me on this one. Maggie, your name is first on the screen. So and I'm lost. So I've gone very diplomatic here, and I'm obviously not going to be giving my predictions. We know the story with that. I've kind of been put on the bench here. I'm not allowed to compete because obviously I'll just win the whole tournament, and it wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, but can't you like share your opinions afterwards?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I won't share them early because I don't want to influence any decisions that you guys might be making. Stick to what you have, guys. Trust your gut. As you said, some of them are with your head, some of them are with your heart. But we'll start off with maybe, and it's a disclaimer here, the fact that there are currently only 5 matches on the card at time of recording. So we're going to go through the 5 matches. If more matches get added in, I'm assuming some tag team matches
I'm sure
probably are going to get thrown in there at some point in time. Maggie and Patrick will definitely send those over to me. I'll write them in. We'll make it official. We'll get someone to stamp it so that they can't change their picks halfway through the pay-per-view, but we will have all picks for all of the matches.
I'm not a cheater.
Place.
Yeah.
we don't want anyone to accuse anyone of cheating. I think
baby faces don't cheat. So
yeah, and definitely we know Patrick's not going to cheat because he's the true baby face here. But Maggie, we start off with currently the only match that doesn't have a title involved in it. It's Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Now, Raw last week ended very controversially, and I'm sure you guys probably have. You can ignore it. You can go straight to your pick, or you can, let loose if you haven't had the opportunity to talk about it. But we didn't even see Shayna Baszler this week on Raw. So first of all, is she even showing up for this match? And how do you see this match going? And who do you think, is winning, and how are they winning this match? Maybe the method of the win.
So, first of all, my pick here is Alexa for the win. First of all, they have been sucking so bad in the Shayna Baszler booking all the way ever since she got on the main roster, and I think that after Alexa wins the match, she'll probably do some voodoo magic, and then Lily can possess her. First of all, she said that she sent Lily home the last episode, and Shayna wasn't there. So I kind of think that this is probably going to go down exactly this way, by poor booking.
by WWE book. So that's an Alexa win with Lily possessing Shayna Baszler afterwards.
Yeah,
afterwards. That could be really interesting. And we saw kind of a hint of that with Reginald this past week, where Alexa kind of did the whole
Exactly.
mind control
Yeah,
thing. So
this was the whole voodoo bull crap I was talking about. Like
so that
totally not for me bull crap.
yeah, it might be for someone. God bless them if it is for them.
God bless their
But
souls. All the power to you. If you enjoy this, great. Explain this to me.
and I'm gonna cue Patrick in here, who's gonna tell us how much he loves this stuff. No, I'm joking. No pressure.
Actually, not completely wrong, but
How do you see this one going, Pat? Obviously, Maggie's gone. Alexa Bliss. She's mentioned Lily possessing Shayna Baszler after the match. Were you thinking something similar? Or?
yeah. I don't want to agree on the very first thing, but I mean, there's no other way to go.
There's no shame in agreeing with the Queen Bee.
There's no other way to go. Like you can't not have this happen. There's nothing else to do at this point. There's no other way. But Bliss definitely has to win. That's the first thing. No offense to Shayna, but I mean, Bliss needs to win. She didn't even win yesterday. Wait, 2 days ago on Raw. She did win, but they had Reginald break up the pinfall, which is weird.
So there's no visual of her winning.
I don't understand that either, but that's a different topic. That's similar topic, but yeah, she needs to win. I think she's going to win by pinfall. And I guess I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, win by pinfall. That's a solid enough decision there. And in terms of obviously agreeing in the first match, I think it's specifically why I wanted to add in the method that you guys think these wins are going to happen. Because as I said, some of these WWE pay-per-views, especially when they get into holding patterns, people usually tend to have similar ideas of how these matches are going to go, but maybe not necessarily how it ends. Yeah. So
it's not obvious at all.
No.
Yeah, from my end, I think it's a clean sweep for Alexa in this one. And then in terms of just method of winning it, I do think that Reginald is going to distract Shayna, and then that's how Alexa wins it. I don't see why Alexa shouldn't be winning this clean, but WWE logic is kind of always being my fallback.
I don't see why Shayna isn't winning this clean. She should have kicked the crap out of her and busted Lily's head open and just threw it in the Thunderdome or whatever, flush it down the fucking toilet. This should be happening. Like not a queen sweep for Alexa, a clean sweep for the fucking UFC fighter. What?
The UFC fighter Shayna Baszler, yes. The NXT Shayna Baszler, hell yes.
Yeah.
WWE main roster
Shayna Baszler. I get it, but this shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't have happened. Why? Like when she and Nia went to NXT to defend the titles, like Shayna in a black ring with those yellow ropes, it just looked so like. This was where she was meant to be, and it was the same with Joe yesterday. The minute he got in the ring, and I'm fucking welcome back.
And it felt so good to see him back inside a
ring.
Obviously not fighting, but
natural.
in some capacity. But we'll see where that comes from. And speaking of NXT, and our next match that comes up is two people that did very well in NXT. And Pat, I'll start with you on this one. It's Bianca Belair versus Bayley. As I said, two people that NXT world-renowned in terms of how well they did in NXT. Oh, yeah. They've come up to the main roster. Bayley, I thought during the pandemic was one of the MVPs. She really carried the show for quite a while. She was on all of the shows, including NXT at one point in time, which probably goes to speak about the importance that she had in the company at the time. And then obviously Bianca Belair had that incredible match with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. She's still the champion, since then. How do you see this match panning out? And do you have a method as well for whoever wins it?
I see Bianca winning by pinfall again with the KOD. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's how I see it. I see Bianca retaining for sure. I don't really have much doubt there. I don't think they're gonna have Bianca lose it yet.
It seems a little early. It seems a
Yeah.
little early. And Maggie, in terms of the build up to this match, now obviously Ding Dong Hello, me personally is one of my favorite segments.
I love it.
What did you think of this specific Ding Dong Hello? Obviously, Seth Rollins was involved in it. There was a lot of cheesy lines that were thrown in there. I
It
fell
was
for all of
so
them.
good. It was so good.
Brilliant.
It was so stupid. It was meant to be this stupid, and they knocked it out of the park. Like Bailey, for me personally, has been one of the MVPs of this pandemic era, like all the way. Like, first of all. And second of all, I think actually that this match, it will be the match of the night for me, I'm sure. And it will be the only match without any shenanigans.
Wow.
That's what I predict. The only match with no outside interference, no disqualifications, no distraction finishes. Bianca wins with the. It may be with a roll up so that they can have another match, but I'm really not sure. I'm really not sure. But
Now,
Bianca's
this is
winning that.
interesting because both of you have a pinfall win here. Patrick's obviously being quite straight in saying it's going to be after the KOD. You're
Yes.
hinting at a roll up here. Are you guys
I
willing
think
to? Are you willing to stick to a roll up on this one and make this one of the questions that maybe breaks a potential tie if we're to get to that stage? How confident are you in this pinfall?
I'm really not sure. I'm absolutely 100% sure that that Bianca's winning, but
Yes.
I think that they're gonna have to have another match, and for that to happen, Bailey has to have something to sink her teeth in. I'm not exactly
And there was
sure.
the hair whip last time, and then maybe a roll up this time, and then a clean win later. You know what? We'll keep it pinfall. Let's see how we go with some of the other matches. As I said, this is one of those matches where it's kind of written on the wall. It wouldn't seem right if Bianca lost it in this match. I don't think this match is booked as a Hell in a Cell match either.
Oh,
So it's
she's
just
totally not losing. She's not losing.
But WWE logic is how I always worry about stuff like this. But yeah, I think we're all pretty as certain as you can possibly be. Let's put it that way when it comes to the winner of this match. Now, the match that follows this one, I don't know if we're all going to agree on who wins it. And I'm going to do something on this one where I'm going to get you both to shout your answers after 3 in terms of who you think is winning the match. And then we can always go into the details of how they're going to win it, and we can discuss the match as well. But it's Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre. And obviously there is the stipulation here for Drew McIntyre. It is a Hell in a Cell match, but if Drew McIntyre loses, he cannot challenge for the WWE Championship as long as Bobby Lashley is the champion. So there is that kind of carrot that they're dangling there as well. But effectively what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you guys will shout whichever person that you think is going to win it. Let's see if they come out the same, if they come out different. But yeah, as I said, this was one of the matches probably on this card where there is some kind of doubt, or you can kind of justify either person winning it. But are you guys ready with your answers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh no! You both went Lashley?
Yeah.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah.
Is it Maggie?
Well,
let us know. Let us know. Is it that obvious that Lashley takes this one?
Winning. Lashley is totally winning because he's been a good champion by far. Drew's title reign has done nothing for me whatsoever, first of all. Second of all, I kind of think he's winning Money in the Bank. So this whole stipulation of him not getting the title would be like removed automatically with him being a Money in the Bank winner. I kind of thought that that they would have a match when the crowds came back, and then Drew could have won it because he like never got this pop. I kind of thought that they were going to do it at WrestleMania, but they didn't. And I have written down Lashley will win by a distraction.
Oh.
Yeah, like Drew is going to get distracted, possibly by MVP. So he again has some claim. Like
Yeah.
I said, like Bianca and Bayley in this match is the only match without shenanigans for me.
And as you said, it's similar to Bianca and Bayley in that it would then allow the feud to continue somehow. They'll find a way to make it continue. And after that distraction, is Bobby winning that by pinfall or submission, or do you have an indication on what happens after that distraction?
If it's going to be a submission, Drew's not tapping out. Maybe he's passing out if it's a submission. But I don't think he's getting pinned. Was Drew ever pinned?
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge.
I can't remember. Maybe he is, but with their booking, how can I remember when I don't give a crap?
Patrick, what about for you?
He's either passing out or being rolled up by a shockingly holding the tights, which somehow has impact. I don't know.
Where Drew stands up straight away and he's already disputing with the ref. How was that?
Yeah.
That would be that would be something. Let me put it that way. But Patrick, for you,
let me ask you some questions. Why is Ray and Anakin commenting on the Listen Your Boy? Aren't they watching us?
They're meant to be. They're meant to be, unless they are on both, which is always also acceptable. To be on both, but look, if you want to call out Anakin, especially because he's through to the next round, and this is someone that you could possibly be facing soon. Maybe this could be the start of a feud. The fact that he didn't even, value watching your predictions live. Maybe this is something that could come back in the next round. I'll be interested to see.
How Patrick, totally disrespectful.
He's gonna regret that.
I think he will.
Either one, whether it's me or her, he's going to regret it.
Now that I can see both of you being the babyface on that one, or either of you being the babyface, should I say, on that one, if it is in the next round. Lashley, Patrick, you've gone Lashley as well. Talk us through this one.
Well, in the beginning, I believe in the beginning of this, I said that one of my picks changed. This one was the one. If you had asked me if this stream was happening on Sunday or something, last Sunday, I guess that wouldn't have happened because of TakeOver, but still, then I would have said Drew McIntyre. But Bobby Lashley just got pinned on Monday by Drew McIntyre. That means he's winning. That's the way I look at it. There's no way Bobby Lashley's going to lose when he just got pinned on Monday. That's not going to happen. I don't see him getting pinned.
This was so stupidly booked. Like, of course, like let's get our champion pinned right before he defends his title. This is so not working for me.
Not the most inspired booking. And then now, if obviously Lashley is winning that one, we've mentioned there's the option of MVP being a distraction. You've got a pinfall after a spear, which Bobby has done before. You've also then got the submission, the hurt lock that he's been using. How do you see this one ending?
I see it ending with Drew passing out to the hurt lock again, just like at WrestleMania, but this time with, I guess, no distraction. He just it just happens.
Interesting.
He just gets caught in it. And
it's a distraction versus a no distraction. And as we said, if this does happen, where, as you've both predicted, Lashley does win this one, that means that Drew McIntyre can't challenge for the title. But Maggie's hinted at there are ways that they could definitely forego that. She's mentioned the Money in the Bank cash-in, which is definitely a loophole that they could use. And Drew just seems like someone the company really, really likes. And once crowds are back, I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of the people they want to reward. We've seen them reward people in the past before. We've seen them reward Randy Orton with a short stint before. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if Drew, even if he loses, isn't back in the title picture very soon. And if he is back in the title picture, I definitely need a promo from Kofi addressing this, because Kofi's mentioned it before. You can't keep just throwing Drew in there every single week. Maggie?
Just so I can say, I don't want Drew to win Money in the Bank. I don't want that.
You put it out there. You put it out there. So
I
if
just
it happens,
put it out there. If it happens, it's not my fault. I'm sorry.
If it happens, I'm definitely blaming you. I'm quote tweeting you, and I'm definitely blaming you because you brought that out there.
Well, that could be his reward right there. You brought it up. His reward in front of the crowd. Crowd will be there at Money in the Bank.
I'll tell you what a crowd would want. A crowd would want fucking Cesaro win.
Oh yeah.
Or Kevin Owens win.
I agree.
Definitely. And speaking of crowd favorites, or maybe one that WWE is ruining in terms of was a crowd favorite, we've got Rhea Ripley coming up against Charlotte Flair. Now, the Rhea Ripley that we're seeing now versus the Rhea Ripley that we saw in NXT, maybe different people. I'm still trying to figure out if Rhea has a twin sister or not. Maybe something happened there. But anyway, this match is happening. Charlotte Flair has come back. She's embraced more of the heel role that probably suits a Charlotte Flair better, in terms of, we know that WWE is always going to push her. We know that WWE is always going to not just push her, but push her as the greatest ever. That's the story they're going to tell throughout the years of Charlotte's career, is she's the greatest ever. From day one till the final day, that's what they're doing. At least now she's embracing that that's what they're doing. Before, they were trying to, shove it down our throats, and she was like, no, I am a good guy, like, embrace it. People are going to hate her anyway, in terms of the character, not necessarily her herself, but people are going to hate that character, so she might as well embrace it. People are always going to think she's entitled. She might as well embrace it. People are always going to think that she's always given opportunities. Embrace that too. But when it comes to the build-up of this match, Nikki Cross has been involved in it. Both contenders have been losing matches, maybe not necessarily getting pinned all the time, but not winning matches leading up to this match. Maggie, does this excite you for this match in terms of the way they've booked this one?
Oh, hell no. Nothing. Almost nothing excites me in this match. I'll tell you what I have. I'm kind of in the middle for two possible incomes. Okay. Either I have Ripley winning with a distraction by Nikki Cross, because she somehow has to interfere with this match. Like, she's been winning against both of them, and the second thing I think is going to happen is she somehow until Hell in a Cell starts, she gets put in this match and makes it a triple threat, and she eats the pin by Rhea. And Charlotte can blame her, have a mini feud with her, and then Charlotte can win the Money in the Bank.
This is good booking. The fact that WWE haven't hired you already, I think, is a crime in itself. I don't know if you would like the work hours, though. Obviously, you're here in Europe. You're with me here in Europe.
I have crazy hours as it is. I like it.
It will be fine there. Patrick, obviously, Maggie's got two there, and we will eventually get her to nail down one, but we're kind of just talking this one through because it seems like it's one of those matches that you mentioned it earlier, or you hinted to it earlier, where we had a match in Bobby and Drew that could be 50-50. This one looked like it could be 50-50 for you too.
Oh yeah, this is a tough one. This is the one that I have trouble with, because especially with the fans coming back, because we know with the fans coming back, I think we all know which person Vince would want to be champion in front of fans. I think we all know that by now. So that concerns me, because I'm a big Rhea Ripley fan, as is my fiance. In fact, she's my fiance's favorite is Rhea Ripley. So I am going to pick Rhea Ripley to win, because I actually think Charlotte's going to win Money in the Bank. I've thought that from the beginning of the year, pretty much. I always thought that. So And that could be like, because, Rhea thinks she got through Charlotte and Asuka. She got through both of them. Now, Charlotte, now she's champion. So she's champion. Money in the Bank. So she's right back in there. And she can hold that over her head kind of thing. Like, people pitched that idea for Sasha to win Money in the Bank and hold it over Bianca's head. But I think Charlotte winning it and holding it over Rhea's head is pretty good too. Although I've also thought of the possibility that they could do Charlotte versus Nikki Cross for the title at Money in the Bank. I've thought of that because I think Nikki's going to get the Money in the Bank title shot, like the title shot at Money in the Bank. It might make more sense against Charlotte than Rhea. Then again, I don't even know if Rhea's a face or a heel. I have no clue.
She has to be a face, because if she's not, there are no face champions over at Raw.
Yeah, I agree.
She has to be a face.
So I think it'll end up being Rhea versus Nikki, and I think Charlotte's going to win Money in the Bank. So I'm going to have to pick Rhea to win with the Riptide.
With the Riptide.
With the Riptide.
That would be clean sweep pinfall win for Rhea. Now, we've given Maggie a little bit more time to kind of stew over this 50-50 that she's got there. Look, this podcast doesn't believe in 50-50 booking. We're not Monday Night Raw, so you're going to have to pick one of them. You're going to have to pick Rhea, in line with Patrick, or you can go head-to-head with Patrick here and say, you know what, this is the one where I take the lead maybe in these predictions. What do you reckon?
Yeah, okay, but if Nikki gets added to the match, don't we get to make another pick? Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yes,
so
definitely.
I pick Rhea, but with a Charlotte gets distracted.
Rhea with the Charlotte distraction. I mean, yeah. Which makes sense. And as we said, it's only 5 matches that have been put on the card so far. They're going to be matches added on, and
they're
knowing
going to be added.
Yeah.
Before, in the pre-show or something, they might tell us, oh, this is now a 3-way. And Nikki's been thrown in there.
US title, intercontinental titles, like none
tag
of them.
titles.
Tag titles over. Both brands
on both sides.
Yeah, both
and
sides.
the women's tag
And
titles.
the women's tag
And the
titles
women's.
as well.
Oh, the women's tag titles.
They're probably going to do
at the pre-show with
Mandy and Dana.
On the pre-show, because they're like
Absolutely.
women. Who watches women, right?
It's crazy.
That's going to be the pre-show.
Ray
Absolutely
Callahan.
crazy.
Ray is still over at the Listen Your Boy chat.
Look,
Shame
Maggie,
on
there's
you,
only
Ray.
one way to sort this out. I need you to cut a quick promo right into the camera at Ray Callahan. Obviously, Ray lost his first round match, by the way, so he's already out of the tournament. He may be in the best losers match, maybe if there is one later on, but he's already out. But I heard Anakin was on the chat too. Is there anything you want to say to them? I'm giving you the opportunity here.
You sore losers! You can't even come here and shout and go after your colleagues for that beautiful title that Throwback's going to show us tomorrow. Sore losers, guys! Sore losers! Bow down to your Queen Bee right now.
The Queen Bee has spoken. Patrick, if you want to cut a promo as well, I'll definitely give you the floor for that one, or we can move to the last match that we currently have on the card at the moment.
I can't cut a better promo than that.
Oh, come on. It was crap. Come on. You can do better.
No, I really can't. Although, by the way, thank you for saying that my promo was good. I didn't think it was, so thank you for that, Tad.
No, it was good. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. But look, we've got obviously the main event, maybe in inverted commas. We know Roman Reigns either wants to go first or he wants to go last in terms of
the easiest
on the
match
show
ever. You
know what? I've heard that this is probably the hardest match to predict for everyone. I'm looking at, Roman Reigns. Is he really that popular a figure in terms of the character he's playing? Is he really doing that good a job? I mean, probably the worst character in wrestling no, I'm joking. Look, Roman Reigns is absolutely killing it at the moment. Probably the best character in wrestling at the moment.
Absolutely.
In terms of character work. And as I said, he also seems to to value that, because he's demanded either I'm going first to open the show because I'm the most important person, so let me lead the way, or I'm going last because I'm the most important person, let me close this mother.
And over at SmackDown, he opens and he closes the show.
Yeah,
there's a reason for that.
There's a reason for that as well. Now we'll start with Patrick on this one to end us off here. Patrick, Roman Reigns versus Rey Mysterio. I think the bigger question here is, how do we think the match is going to end?
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that there's going to be some interference from at least one Uso. I think he's going to definitely win, obviously. Roman, obviously, is going to win, probably by submission, with the same way he's always been winning them. And probably with some interference towards the end by one or both Usos. Well, definitely Jay. Probably Jay, because Jimmy's not quite there yet. So I'm going to say Jay. Probably. He'll find his way in there.
They always find a way into a Hell in a Cell, even though they say you can't get in there. But anyway.
I don't even know why they keep adding that stipulation. The Hell in a Cell, you can't possibly come. Grow up! Like we haven't seen a Hell in a Cell match in our lives. Oh, how can he possibly get in the cell? The roof! There's no roof!
It will be interesting. Maggie, obviously you've gone with Rey Mysterio for this one. I mean, that's obvious.
Right? Clearly.
Clearly. There has to be one different answer between me and Patrick. Come on.
How is Roman winning this one for you, Maggie?
Oh, he's winning. Totally, he's winning by submission. Obviously, the Usos are interfering in the match. Like maybe no, both of them. Totally both of them. But I don't know the order in which they're gonna come out. Obviously, they're gonna come out separately. First one and then the other. But like there's not a wrestler in the whole company, including NXT, that should dethrone Roman at the moment. Yeah. There isn't one. Like I can probably see Lashley versus Brock at SummerSlam. I can totally see that happening. Yeah, that's exactly why I think that Lashley is winning, because I want him to face Brock at SummerSlam. But who's facing Roman at SummerSlam?
Cena's facing him.
Yeah. And is Cena gonna face Rey Mysterio? No. No. What the fuck? No.
Absolutely
interesting. Not. And after the interference, are you saying submission as well, or was there
pinfall? Totally submission.
Submission. Yeah. He has been using that.
He will spear his butt off, and then and then he's gonna submit him.
Yeah, and then he'll do that thing where he keeps coming down on his head. With the thing.
The elbows in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ray is totally passing out. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think Dominic's coming.
I think he is. I was just about to say, I think Dominic's gonna when the Usos come, or at least when one of the Usos come, I think Dominic's gonna come as well to try and offset that. They're gonna fight their way back to back into the locker room area, and then it stays 1-on-1.
If Dominic doesn't look like a mummy, like I'm not buying this. Like what? Roman literally murdered him. Why would he be walking if he doesn't like a body cast and ends up walking?
He should
like
come
this?
in the Mrs. Wheelchair. If he comes in the Mrs. Wheelchair,
Well, two guys got thrown off.
Well,
2 guys got thrown off a roof and came back the next day. So
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it was Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio. These are Oh, I'm sorry, Rey Mysterio and who?
Aleister Black.
Look. At the very least, this is a Roman Reigns storyline. So maybe Roman has autonomy to say, "Oh yeah, Dominic's not coming. He has to settle his injuries." At least I can trust Roman to step in and stop Dominic coming, to the match. Whereas if it was any other WWE booking, I don't know if anyone would have that kind of power to be able to say, no, he's not allowed to come to the match. He needs to be selling the injury. But it will be interesting to see, how that concludes. It'll be interesting to see how this matchup concludes as well, because as we said, there are going to be more matches that are going to be added to this. Keep an eye out on, obviously, the social media networks. We will be tweeting out the final answers that they've given so that everyone's got an idea of, what other matches. Obviously, you'll know the matches that have been added, but you may want to hear also what these guys think in terms of how those matches are going to turn out. And speaking of social media, guys, is there anything you want to plug, put over, or promote before we wrap up? Maggie?
Yeah,
Twitter
JJ
handles,
chat
anything?
well.
Hi, JJ.
He's fucking in the chat again. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry. You can find me at Twitter at Maggie_IK and on Instagram at Maggie.IK, but it's not about wrestling there, it's about my butt.
Interesting. Pat?
You can find me on Twitter at PatMace98. On Instagram with Pat Mason with 2 N's instead of 1 because 1 N didn't work. So,
Bastard.
yeah.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Someone stole your handle.
Yeah, someone stole my name.
I think you should
I-
bring them into this tournament and fight them for it.
Yeah, I tried making the same handles on both platforms. No.
And just to let you guys know, obviously we have TBD in the chat here. He cut it, speaking of awesome promos, he cut an awesome promo last time out. He's also going to be on in this competition. Throwback, if you can throw that back on. But it says TBD will be doing his own predictions. So may the best person win out of all three of us. Oh, he's calling you guys out. I know Tad won't do the right thing if I win, though. Look, TBD, your match isn't up yet. I definitely will keep, if you can send me your predictions. As I said, I may share the screen at some point in time, but I do have an Excel folder with all the predictions at all pay-per-views. If anyone has the predictions and they want to send them to me so they can keep a track record of how they're doing each pay-per-view, the percentage-wise. At this point in time, the highest percentage that we have at the moment came actually in the last predictions, NXT In Your House. Ron Patel beat Aaron. Aaron Entertainment lost to Ron Patel, and Ron had an 84% success rate in terms of his predictions. That's the highest that we've gotten so far in this competition. The highest had been Ray for WWE WrestleMania when he got 75%, but obviously that wasn't part of this tournament yet, so it didn't count.
That's why he's in the chat.
It didn't count at that point in time, but yeah, Ron, well done to Ron. That was insane. 84% for him. Aaron got 67%, a noble effort. That Cameron Grimes match was huge because that was one of the tiebreakers for the two people there. So speaking of tiebreakers, we've got a couple of matches here where we've spoken about the fact that, look, it's kind of telling who is winning the matches, but how they win it, I think, is where some of the differences have come out for you guys, and we'll be able to see that come to fruition and see how these matches unfold. And then obviously at the end we'll see with the different picks that you guys will add into this, the different matches that will be added to this, how you guys fare. Is there anything else that you guys want to add as well? I know you've done some plugs. Any promos you want to cut on Ray or Anakin or anything else before we head off?
You're so full of yourselves, guys. I'm just about, when I end the stream, I'm just gonna rewind it, watch it. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to watch it on select. Oh, damn it! Anyway,
you have to watch it on select. Yeah, and that's a shout out to obviously our friends at Fightful.com. Go and check those guys out. Maggie, you're a moderator, are you? On their live chat? No,
I'm not a moderator.
Watch along.
I'm on the watch along. Cool.
On the watch along. Okay,
I'm
awesome.
not a moderator.
I thought for a second you're a moderator. Okay, on the watch alongs. But guys, also go and check out the flagship show for not just Wicked Crazy Crew TV, but just the Throwback channel as well. It's the Wicked Crazy Pinfall Show. It's going to be on tomorrow night. Highly recommend you guys go check that out. They're going to be talking all things wrestling over the current week. They might throw in some predictions in there as well. And Throwback's got a big announcement. And Maggie will be there as well. So if you guys want to go hang out.
I might. Like, no.
And Maggie will 100% guaranteed be there.
Oh,
Card
you
is subject to change.
You
Card is subject to change.
Card is subject to change, but Maggie will 100% be there, guaranteed. It's official. Guys, we're going to end it off there. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope to see you
with
guys
a lie,
next
of
time.
course. Yeah, cool.
And good night.